Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this episode. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about how limiting beliefs are not limiting. Yes, I know that sounds contradicting, but bear with me, it will all make sense. And I'm making this episode because I've been getting a lot of requests from my clients, from people who know what I do. I work with the subconscious and I reprogram the subconscious because it's a very powerful tool to have in your life to change your reality, as 95% of our reality is created by our subconscious beliefs. But a lot of people are yearning to understand more. How does the subconscious work and why do we have limiting beliefs? If they are limiting us and we want to be unlimited, why are they even there? So I'm going to be talking about what are limiting beliefs, how are they formed, and yes, that from one perspective, they are limiting, which makes sense, but from another perspective, which is the perspective that we really need to tap into in order to release the belief, is that they also serve a purpose. They're actually not limiting. They're very expansive and they serve a massive purpose. So I'm going to dive into what are limiting beliefs, how they're formed, and have you understand how they function so you get a better understanding of your own subconscious. So limiting beliefs, we have plenty of beliefs. This reality that we live in is belief based. Everything that you believe, you experience. And limiting beliefs are formed during childhood. I think that they also continue to form even in our adult years. And they can also be carried down your genetic line. So you can have ancestral beliefs. So if you were a warrior in a different lifetime, you might have some warrior energy in you. Or if you were a king or a queen, you might carry that energy with you because you have the genetical memory. So what happens when we're children and we have our experiences, we're like little sponges. So anything that we're told, we take on as truth. So if someone says, this is the color blue, we go, okay, that's blue. Someone goes, this toy is an elephant, we go, okay, that's an elephant. This animal is a dog, okay, that's a dog. Equally, if your parents or someone around you who you have a close connection with as a child tells you you are stupid, you're going to believe you're stupid. If they encourage you and they say you are pretty and you're smart, you're going to believe that you're pretty and you're smart. So we're like computers, basically, when we start here. We get all of these programs downloaded into our subconscious. Some of them serve and some of them don't. And the ones that don't, we call limiting. So if you have beliefs like, I am ugly, I don't deserve love, I'm unworthy of money, it's hard to make money, choose any category. Yes, from the personality, ego structure perspective, those beliefs are going to be limiting because it's going to prevent you from getting what it is that your personality structure wants. So if you want to earn a lot of money, if you want a loving relationship, having the belief that it's hard to make money or it's impossible to make money, or having the belief that relationships always end up in pain, or I always get hurt in relationships, will make you avoid relationships no matter how much you actually really yearn for it. So yes, from that perspective, it's limiting. However, here's where the non-limiting part is. Limiting beliefs, I see them as little entities. They're like living entities that we have in our subconscious. And some of them work in our favor. Well, I would say all of them work in our favor one way or another, because you would never have a belief if it didn't serve you on some purpose. Because you wouldn't have a belief if the belief didn't serve you on some level. So your subconscious mind and your whole brain structure would never waste energy on having a belief if it didn't serve you on some level. And this is where the ego personality gets confused, because when I work with clients, I ask them, how does this serve you to have this belief? How does it serve you to have the belief that you're ugly? How does it serve you to have the belief that it's hard to make money? How does it serve you to have the belief that you'll always get betrayed? And the ego personality structure goes, that doesn't serve me on any level, but actually it does. Because the limiting beliefs, they get internalized when we're young, but because of experiences that we have. But then the secondary effect of that is that they help you to develop virtues and character traits. So they actually carve you into who you are today. So I'll give you an example. If you have the belief it's hard to make money, how does that serve you? So I can resonate with that a lot, because I had a huge lack mentality in the past, and I had to work a lot with reframing my relationship with money and abundance and wealth. So I had so many beliefs around money, that it's hard to make, that I don't deserve it, and all of this. How did that serve me? I became a workforce that's beyond this world. I worked so hard. When I went to other countries and I started studying, and my ego personality structure wanted to make more money, wanted to become successful, and had that desire, but I had this belief that that's hard to do, that's difficult. So the virtues that developed because of that was diligence, dedication, perseverance, patience, being able to work really hard, being able to apply myself, knowledge, intelligence. I became like a warrior just out there, like I'm going to make it no matter what, because I know this is difficult. This is going to be really hard, so I need to sharpen all of my tools. I need to become the most smartest person that I can ever become. I need to learn a lot in order to make money, because I know it's hard to make money. So I developed a lot of beneficial virtues that has served me massively in this lifetime, that I'm so grateful that I have inside of me now. I have this toolkit that cannot be taken away from me, this knowledge base that cannot be taken away from me. And yes, whilst I had the limiting beliefs, of course I didn't make a lot of money, but the beautiful thing is that when the virtue is come to completion and it's fully developed in you, then we can start to let go of the belief. So that's when if something comes up for you and is ready to be released, most likely it's a limiting belief that it's ready to go, because you developed a virtue that you on a soul level wanted to develop in this lifetime. Once you remove the belief, it's not that the virtues go away. You get to keep the virtues of dedication, of hardworking, of intelligence, of resourcefulness, of whatever virtues you've developed as a result of having a limiting belief. And then when we remove the limiting belief, then you can make money and have those virtues. Then you can experience the love that you want to experience without the fear of abandonment. So I just want to give you a couple more examples. So if you have the belief that on any level you will always be betrayed. Let's say you've been betrayed a lot in the past. People have let you down, you've been stabbed in the back, and you just can't trust people because you'll always be betrayed. What kind of virtues are you developing because of that? Obviously, this is unique to each person, but most likely you're developing a strong sense of independence. Most likely you're developing discernment. Most likely your intuitive skills and your ability to read other people is very heightened. So your psychic skills are turned on, because you have to assess every single situation and every single person and determine, can I trust them? And you probably become quite resourceful, because you're not placing all of your life into the hands of other people. You take full responsibility for your own life. So you probably become very independent, hardworking, and are able to find solutions to problems without the help of others. Yes, this can create a little bit of hyper independence, but you probably wanted to develop these virtues on a soul level. Once this starts to become too much of a problem in your life, having this belief, because when the limiting belief is there, it's going to keep on showing up over and over and over and over and over again until you've realized that there's lessons here for you to learn, for you to realize that all these virtues here that you've developed. And this is why people go through cycles over and over and over again with not being able to make money no matter what kind of job they get, not being able to have a successful relationship, because the belief is still there. So you come to this boiling point of I'm really fed up. I need this to change. That's when the virtue has been so developed in you that you're I need to let go of this belief. It's time for me to get what I want. And that's when we do subconscious reprogramming, which is the power method, which I do with my clients. So let's say you had the belief that, you will be betrayed. Then we remove that belief from the subconscious. And then you can still keep the virtues of independence, of resourcefulness, of empathy, of being able to read people. You can keep all of these skills and tools within yourself, and then finally have the ability to trust people, because you have the discernment, you have the independence, you have that safety within yourself. So now you can trust other people, and you can go to that next level of expansion within yourself and still keep all of those virtues. So that's where limiting beliefs are not actually limiting. The limiting belief serves you on some level for a reason. So that's when we go deep into the subconscious work, we stop resisting the limiting beliefs that we have. And this is super, super important, because I mentioned that limiting beliefs are like entities. They're like living beings. And they have been formed within you because they're either protecting you, they're serving you, they have some function in order to keep you safe in this reality and have you develop these virtues. So they don't actually want to go because they're serving a purpose. But once we realize that the purpose has been fulfilled, then we can let go of the belief. And when we stop resisting them, then it's much easier to send them into the light through the power method. So I hope this gave you a little bit of an understanding of limiting beliefs, how they function in the subconscious, and that it's really important to go deep into a self-investigating process to get a deeper understanding of why do I have these beliefs? Why are they there? And stop resisting them. And a final point as well on removing limiting beliefs. A lot of people do affirmations. Affirmations are great. And there are different ways and tools to remove subconscious beliefs. But if you are constantly doing affirmations and you're constantly telling to yourself and visualizing this life that you want to have, but it's never really coming into material form, then it's because the subconscious has not been accessed. Most people are not taught how to access their own subconscious. And this is what I do through the power method, is I teach the method to those who wish to learn how to access their own subconscious and start to work with their own subconscious and go through a process of deconditioning and reconditioning, of deprogramming and reprogramming, because it's not our fault that we have all of this limiting programming, because it doesn't come from it's come from a lot of, society and power structures and all of that. And if you feel like it's kind of cutting off your hands and you don't have the creational ability that you want to have, then it's your birthright to be able to access your subconscious. If you have a laptop and you want to remove some viruses, you want to be able to do that. So this is what I teach through the power method. And once we start to be able to access our own subconscious, that's when life starts to become really interesting. And it's such a beautiful journey. It's a beautiful journey of self-empowerment, of awakening, because you become aware of so much that is stored in yourself, stored in your mind. And with this type of deep work, we develop a commitment to ourselves, to love, to life. And we are able to tap into our soul blueprints, why we are here, what are all the virtues that we wanted to develop. And we have less and less resistance to life. And we can start to open up and let life flow through us with less resistance and experience the magic that we really want to experience here in this lifetime. So this was a super short episode about limiting beliefs and how they serve you, but it's a matter of find the golden nugget. So if you have any questions about this, feel free to let me know. You can email me, you can even send a voice message here somewhere. You can go on social media. If you want to learn more about the power method and how the subconscious works, I'm here to serve you. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I will see you in